Next. Okay, so next question is saying the maximum number of the children among them 840 okay, the maximum number of the children among them 847 candies and 385 chocolates can be distributed in such a way that each child gets the same number of the candies and the same number of the chocolates. Okay, so maximum number of the children we need to figure out. So for that, what we can do, since we do have, if the number of candies as 847 and number of the chocolates as 385. Okay, so for that, what we can do, we need to figure out their HCF first. So if we need to figure out their HCF, that we are going to get as, since this 847 we can write as 7 times 11 times 11, or 11 square we can write as 385 we can write as 5 times 7 times 11. Okay, so if HCF we need to figure out, so that is very much simple. That needs to be 7 times 11, which is 77. So that needs to be the correct answer, option A. Next. Next is here the question is saying that consider point P43Q34, which point is the farthest from the origin. Okay, so which means we need to figure out the distance of both the points from the origin only. We are going to draw the graph for this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 we can take. So 0.43 will lie over here and 0.34 will lie over here. So which point is farthest from the origin, that we need to figure out. Okay, so this point is what? This point is origin only. So we need to figure out the distance from the origin to this, towards this point and towards this point. Okay, then we need to say that which point is more farthest. So let's take the point O as 0, 0. So if we are going to figure out the length of PO, so that should be what? That should be 4 minus 0 whole square, because the distance formula is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square and root. So we will use that formula only, 4 minus 0, which means 4 whole square, plus 3 minus 0, which means 3 square. Okay, so that gives us what? 16 plus 9, which gives us 25. Root 25 is equals to 5. So length of PO is 5. And similarly, if we need to figure out the length of OQ, so that needs to be 3 minus 0 whole square. That gives us what? 3 square. And 4 minus 0, that gives us 4 square. Okay, we need to figure out the root of this. 9 plus 16, again we will be getting 25, and root of 25 is equals to 5. So what we can say, both are at equal distance. So for this, the answer needs to be both should be at the equal distance only. Okay, now the next. Okay, so the next question is saying that we need to find the value of K. Okay, if in the given figure, angle MNO, LMNO. Okay, LMNO and PMNQ are the two parallelograms. And R is any point on the side MP such that the area of triangle NRQ, that should be area of triangle NRQ should equals to K times area of parallelogram LMNQ. Okay, so we need to figure out the value of K on the basis of the following thing. So what we can see over here, that that LMNO and PMNQ are the two parallelograms. Okay, now from the figure it can be seen that they share the common base, which is MN. Okay, MN is the common base for both the LMNO and PMNQ as well. Okay, and their other sides are on the same line segment, which is LQ. Okay, So therefore, we can say that the area of the parallelogram LMNO should be equals to the area of the parallelogram PMNQ. Okay. Now, so in this parallelogram P and MQ, if we are going on the parallelogram P, M, and Q, this one. Okay. So what we can see, the triangle NQR, this one, this triangle. Okay, shares the same base NQ and lies between the same parallel lines NQ and MP. NQ and MP. So the area of the triangle with the same base and the between the same parallel lines as the parallelogram is half of the area of the parallelogram, correct? This theorem we already know. So that is why the area of triangle NQR should equals to half of the area of parallelogram, which is PM and Q. Okay, so now using this relationship from both the points what we are getting, we can say that the area of parallelogram PM and Q. Okay, so that we can replace with area of NQR. Okay, area of triangle NQR. We can take it as half of area of parallelogram LM and O. We can also write it like this, correct? So if we are going to define this thing, so that we already know that area of triangle NQR is equals to K times the area of parallelogram LMNO. That is given to us over here. Now this K can replace this what? Half. So the value of K needs to be what? Half. So option B needs to be correct answer for this. Now the next question. So the next question is, in the given figure PQRS is a square and DOAB. OAB is a right angle triangle. Okay, OAB is a right angle triangle only. Then which of the following is not correct? Triangle OAB should congruent to triangle PQS. Okay, on the basis of that, if we are going, so which of the following should not be correct? Okay, so triangle AOAB should congruent to triangle PQS. Okay, since these are the squares, so that needs to be equal. The side of the square is what? 5. So this side also needs to be 5. Correct? This side also 5. This side also 5. So triangle OAB should be congruent to triangle PQS. So what we can say that we know in the, if we are going to take triangle OAB and triangle PQS. So we know that the measurement of OA is equals to PQ, which is 5 centimeter. That is already given to us. Correct. And angle O should equals to angle P, which is 90 degree. That is also given to us. Correct. And OB should equals to what? OB should equals to PS because both 5 centimeter again. So yes, they both triangle are congruent to each other. So statement 1 is correct only. Now statement B is saying that triangle OAB. Okay, triangle OAB should congruent to triangle RQS. Let's see whether they are congruent to each other or not. Okay, so OA is equals to OA is equals to RQ. Yes, because both are 5 centimeter only. Okay, and after that the OB should equals to RS. Yes. Okay, and angle that is also correct. That is 5 centimeter. That should also be correct only. Okay. And angle O is equals to angle R. Both are 90 degree. That is also correct. So on the basis of that, we can say yes, these two triangles are also congruent to each other. Correct. And when we are moving towards option C, so that is what triangle OAB should not congruent to triangle PQS. Okay, so if we are going with, since we already proved that OAB is congruent to PQS, so it's not possible that OAB will not be congruent to PQS. So that is why this is not correct, which is the question is asking which of the following is not correct. So yes, this is only option C is not correct. Next. Okay, next question is saying that Avantika tells her son Karthik, 8 years ago, I was 5 times as old as you were then. Also, 4 years from now, I shall be 4 times as old as you will be. So, if present ages of Avantika and Karthik are X and Y years respectively, then represent the situation graphically, algebraically, sorry. Okay, we need to represent the situation algebraically. We need to make set up the whole thing into the expression. Okay, and it is given to us the present age of Avantika is X years. Okay, and the present age of Karthik is Y years. Okay, so for that, on the basis of this, if we are going, so we can say that 8 years ago, Avantika's age was 8 years ago, we need to figure out. So Avantika should be X minus 8. Okay, and Karthik should be Y minus 8. The problem states that Avantika was 5 times as old as Karthik. So Avantika is X minus 8. That should be 5 times of Y minus 8. So X minus 8 should equals to 5Y minus 40. So when we are going to solve it, we will be getting X minus 5Y is equals to minus 40 plus 8. That gives us minus 32. Okay, this is the first one. Now, if we are going with the second case, so that is of 4 years from now. So 4 years from now, Avantika should be X plus 4 and Karthik should be Y plus 4. Correct? The problem states that Avantika will be 4 times as old as Karthik. So Avantika will be 4 times as old as Karthik. So X plus 4 should equals to 4Y plus 16. So X minus 4Y should equals to 16 minus 4. That gives us 12. So these are the two expressions what we are getting. So X minus 4Y is equals to 12 and X minus 5Y should equals to minus 32. And that also we can write as 5y minus x is equals to 32. Option D needs to be the correct answer there. Okay, now the next one. So the next one is saying the bar graph shows the export import of the 5 consecutive years for any goods. Answer the following questions. Now, in which year the difference of the values of the export and the import is maximum? Okay, so for that we need to figure out the differences between the bars. Okay, so which is showing that. So on the basis of that, we can see on the 2010 and 11, the difference between these two bars is the maximum only. Okay, so option C needs to be the correct answer. Now next is select the correct option statement. The sum of a rational number and a irrational number is always a rational number. Okay, so that is not true. Sometimes it could be, sometimes it is not. The product of a non-zero rational number with an irrational number is an irrational number. So yes, that is a correct statement. Okay, so option B needs to be the correct answer. The next. The height of a cylinder is 14 centimeter and the volume is 396 centimeter cube. The curved surface area is. So that we already know the volume of a cylinder is pi r square h. Okay. The height of the cylinder is given to us. So volume is given to us, which is 396. Okay. And height is given to us pi r square times height is 14. Okay, so the value of pi r square needs to be 396 divided by 14. And when we are going to divide 396 by 14, so we will be getting 28 point. Okay, rather than this, we can put the values of pi over here. So the calculations become more easier for us. Okay, so when we are going to put the value of pi, we will be getting 396 by 14 should equals to 22 by 7 times r square. So 396 times 7 by 14 times 22 is equals to r square. So what we can do over here, we need to try to divide them. So 22 and 396 gets cut down 22 times, 18 times. And this we can cut 2 times and this we can cut 9 times. So the value of r square we are getting as 9. So the value of r needs to be what? 3. So now the curved surface area of the cylinder is two pi RH. Okay, so that gives us 2 into 22 by 7 into r is 3 times h is what? 14. So when we are going to solve this thing, we will be getting, we need to multiply all the things all together. So we are going to get it as okay. The correct answer needs to be 264 centimeters square. Okay, so now after this, so 2 times 22 times 3 times 14 by 7 we need to do. This we can cut 2 times. And after solving the entire thing, that is going to be 4 times 22 times 3, we will be getting 44. Okay, we are going to get 264 centimeters square. Okay, so option A needs to be the correct answer.